months into this whole COVID thing, so we've been trying to do some stuff, and I still don't know exactly what I'm doing. In fact, right now, I'm looking for it to pop up. I don't see that. I was going to interact with everybody. Oh, hi. Hey, there's a camera there. We just wanted to take a few moments and kind of update folks on what is going on in the life of the church. These next 8 weeks, 9 weeks, whatever it is, through the end of the year, 10 weeks, are extremely busy often. And, of course, this is one of those crazy years for church, for the world, and for church. How do you do social distancing and all those kind of things? So Tyler's here with me, just kind of sitting down just for a few minutes and talking about some of this stuff. So you got it there, and we'll see if it ever pops up on my computer. If not, I've got a couple things I want to say that I don't want to forget about. So one of the cool things we're doing right now is this whole This Is My Story, where I saw you look at that camera. Austin, good job at switching the camera. Bad job, Tyler, on acting like you don't see that. Anyhow, this is my story. We're right in the middle of that series, and it's really, really going good. You shared your story 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago. Just a cool thing. This last week we had Shelby Bond. She shared her story with us. A really cool story of just how God, meets all of us who will just be open to God, And one of the challenges that Tyler and I wanted to talk about today was a challenge that to share our story. So if you're watching this right now, we just want to challenge you. Everybody has a story of how they've encountered God in some way. It doesn't have to be some dramatic thing. In fact, most of my story of my whole life is not extremely dramatic. It's God's met me at different points, which are often low points for me. But when you look on a scale of drama, nobody's going to tell my life story because it's not all that fascinating. But it's my story. And so the challenge for us then is let's challenge everybody to share your story. Just take a phone and maybe spend 5 minutes, less than that even, and just share about an encounter with God that you've had. So that's kind of the challenge that we have out before us.
Yeah, if you don't know where to start, one of the things that you can do is kind of start where Shelby did when she did her video. She talked about how she grew up in the church. She really didn't have that dramatic of a story as well, kind of like you mentioned. But she kind of came into the church with a parent's faith. Mm-hmm. They came here. They helped out with the children's ministry. She was teaching, but she really wasn't learning from her own teaching. And so then she had this moment where she got to go to a conference with our youth group, and it was there that she met God for her. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a great testimonial highlight.
Yeah.
If you don't know where to go with your video, if you don't know where to start, that moment's a great moment. The one where you don't have the faith of your family or a pastor, but the moment where your faith kind of became your own. Just a really powerful moment in your story, and a powerful encounter, if you will, our theme from week 2.
Yeah. So I wrote down a few things that I think are helpful when you're wanting to share your story. So I thought I would share those with you. Again, keep it short. It doesn't have to be long. Grab your phone and just maybe write down a couple of thoughts that you have and have them there and just share your story. In fact, I'm going to be doing that. Tyler shared an encounter already with us, but he's also going to be doing his. Austin, who's running around in the back, he's going to be, he's sharing his story. We're challenging everyone just to wouldn't it be cool after all the craziness that's gone on over the last few weeks, months.
We'll call it 32 weeks. I don't know if that's even right.
I don't know
sounds
either.
Pretty close.
But to have some positive, especially even at Thanksgiving time, to be having positive things come on social media that just are sharing people's story of how they've experienced God in their life. To me, it sounds really, really cool. So that's our challenge for you. Whether you go to Legacy, whether you've ever been to our church, any of that, is why not have people just share stories of their encounter with God. So go ahead.
And we'd love to absolutely to see that for ourselves or for you to post it. Yeah. But if not, share it with a friend.
Yeah, that's a cool idea.
Share it with a family member.
Yeah.
Share it with one of the leaders of the church, maybe your small group leader, the Connect group leader, or one of the elders or one of the staff here, one of the pastoral staff.
Yeah.
We would love just to be able to share that. One of the things that we talked about this whole series of This Is My Story came from somebody in our church who, over this COVID season, wrote her testimony for the first time and shared it with us and was so excited about it. She emailed it to me. She wanted me to email it to my wife. She wanted me to email it to Mark. She wanted to share it with everybody just because she was so excited that this is the first time she really told her story all the way through. And it was that enthusiasm that really sparked this whole series.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a great point. So do you share it with just a couple of people? That'll work too. Why not do this? This is a step of faith for us. So here's some things you can do. It does not have to be dramatic is one of the things. Another one is this, you start out with, what was my life like? Before this encounter that you had with God, what was your life like? So it could be something as simple, and I wrote some of these down, as for me, my life didn't have much meaning. I felt empty on the inside. That was before you had your encounter with God. It might be that you went through some bout of a disease, cancer, something like that. You might say, you know what, I found out that I was diagnosed with boom. And then that's a good way to start your story. The second part then is, what was your encounter? What was it that, how did you experience God in your life?
How did you experience God in your life?
Well, there's lots of them, and I hate to reveal all of my story, but
Okay.
The part that I think I'm going to talk about really is the biggest encounter I ever had was when I met Jesus personally in my life, and I was 9 years old. You've heard this story. It's, again, not some huge dramatic story, but it's real. It's been a life-altering story for me that I had an encounter with God at a church in Hamilton, Ohio, on Hancock Avenue, that to this day, I drove past that church this past year. I was in that area. I thought, I just want to sit there for a minute, and I thank God for that encounter. It changed. It's just changed my whole worldview. So that's kind of a little bit of my story. The story you told a couple weeks ago. If you haven't seen Tyler's story, you can look for us on Harrison Legacy. On YouTube. Is that
YouTube and
that their YouTube thing?
Yep.
Tyler talked about his ongoing journey with forgiveness. That you encounter God sometimes in those really tough times of your life. So the encounters there are a lot of them. And the third thing about this, what you should do then is, how has it affected your life? So I think I've just kind of morphed into that as I was even talking, how this encounter that I have with God in this church, it changed my family, it changed me, it continues to have a lasting effect in my life. And so, how has that changed you? I think that's the cool part of a story is, how have you benefited from having an encounter with God?
So to recap, for 3 easy parts to remember, they can talk about their life before Jesus, talk about the encounter, and how their life has been affected.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be your salvation story. It can be the one you gave, forgiveness story. Yep. That is, forgiving somebody. How do you do that? And some of those things, because God is involved in our lives. One of the things we're doing right now, and if you haven't been involved with it, is our what we're calling our connect groups. During this whole series, we just thought, let's get connected. These last crazy few months have been exhausting, and we need to reconnect. I think as human beings, followers of Jesus. So we've had connect groups that are meeting, I think, every night of the week except for Saturday night. And it's not too late to be involved with one. You miss a week, you can jump on. You just jump on right in the middle of it is even fine.
We have meetings both in person and in Zoom.
Yeah.
So whatever you're most comfortable with, or it could even be whatever's convenient for you.
Yeah. Oh, it's true. I know you missed the other day.
I did.
In your group, and had some other stuff that was going on. Work kind of got in the way.
Yeah. I like to think that I was being pastoral, so
that's good.
I think I'm forgiven on that one.
I hope so. And even if you weren't forgiven for what you're doing, you got a good God that forgives you. So
and I know there's another group tonight, and
that's the one I'm leading. Yeah.
Might actually pop into that one because I still want to be part of a group this week, even if it wasn't last week's group.
I think it's a great idea. So that's what we're doing. So that's one of the things that's going on. We've got Thanksgiving coming up just a few weeks away. One of the cool things that we've done for a dozen years at least is on Thanksgiving Day, we feed hundreds of people here in the area. We deliver food. We typically would have people coming in. We're not going to do that this year. Instead, we're going to have a drive-through.
Yep.
Last year, we served about 400 meals. We're planning for that same amount this year. The meals are completely free, and we don't take donations. We deliver within a 10-mile radius. So you can call the church at 513-367-4316. I know I said that fast. 513-367-4316. And you can place however many orders you want. If you live within a 10-mile radius of Legacy, we'll deliver to you on that day between 11 and 1. Or we're going to have a drive-through this year where you can drive through, you pull up, you tell us how many meals you need. We'll get those meals for you. It'll be a full, complete Thanksgiving meal. Turkey, dessert, everything.
The mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
I think we have corn, but I kind of don't remember. We have some kind of vegetable, I know that.
You got to have a vegetable, yeah. I'm sure. Turkey is a vegetable on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
And so is
I don't think food groups work like that.
it's just, it's got to be. But what you can do this year is you can also do, you can text your order in, right?
Yes. We have a number, 513-463-5550. And all you have to do is text the keyword dinner. It's the only thing you have to text. You'll get a response right back in the next 5 to 10 seconds. It comes with a link. On that link, you'll give your name, you give your address, you give how many dinners you need. That's it. That's all you have to do, and you can sign up just through a text, or like we said, you can call the 367-4316 number as well. But this year, we just try to make it really easy. We try to make it as accessible as possible that you can text the number, and on Thanksgiving Day, between 11 and 1, you're going to have a meal either delivered to you, or we're going to have it ready for you through the drive-thru.
So it's 463-5550, the word dinner. And that'll take you to a link. That'll take you right to. If you know somebody that needs a meal, start spreading that around. If you see it on social media, don't just say, "Oh, isn't that nice of them to do?" Instead, repost that because we want to be able to bless people that are around us. It doesn't matter. It might be that this year it's you and your dog at home this year because of the way COVID is and the families staying apart from each other.
Actually, I think last year it was me and my dog at home last year. Because Allie had left a little bit early for Thanksgiving with her family that we were having that weekend. So I'm pretty sure it was me and the dog. So I can relate.
That's your story right there.
We shared turkey, and my dog loved it.
I bet. So however many you need, we've had like people get 10, 12. We've got a group that we give 30 meals to, one of the local groups that are here. We just serve it to people just to bless people on that day. And it's a fun, if you want to be involved with it. Let me just tell you a little bit about that. We're going to need, we've got 20 turkeys that we're going to be cooking, so we need somebody to be able to do those. Of course, we want you to do it in a safe manner, so make sure that you do that. And this year, instead of having people bring in different sides and green beans and mashed potatoes and all that kind of stuff, we're going to ask people just to donate money for that. We're going to go out and get that and then make it here.
Yes.
But then we had to draw a line somewhere. If you want to make a pie, and we want you to make the pie in a safe manner. If you want to make some cookies, make the cookies in a safe manner. Bring them here, and we'll make sure that we also then package them safely.
Yes.
And if you need me to sample some of those things, you would probably be willing to do the same.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Tiffany brought by some sample cookies just the other day. They were quite delicious.
Tiffany Hollis, you're getting called out right now. God bless you for those cookies.
They're little acorns. They're cute. They're real cute.
They tasted really, really good. So if you want to do that, but you can also, quite honestly, you can give toward these meals. We guess that it's about maybe $5 a meal, something like that. And so if you want to donate for some meals, that would be awesome. That's just also be able to do that. So just a couple other things. I know we're just kind of rattling on. Christmas is coming up. Here's some of the cool things that we're going to be doing. There's at least a few of the things that Advent is begins the Sunday after Thanksgiving, and so we've got some really cool Advent kits that we're putting together for the families of our church. You're going to be able to get those ahead of time. They're just really going to be cool. I'm really excited about them.
There's going to be a lot of ways that your family can interact. There's going to be some ways that you can customize the box for your family as well.
Yeah.
We're going to be having some books and some things like that to go through this Advent season. And if you have kids or teenagers or older elementary, we're going to try to have quite a few books that fit those age groups. So you can say, hey, you know what? I need this book or that book to just really fit your family. There's also going to be some ways that you can interact with the kit at home. That's going to be really interesting. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. But we are really going to be calling out some of the creatives who are going to be picking up this box.
Yeah.
And maybe having you guys share how creative you are.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It's going to be fun. Another thing we've got going on is on Austin. What's the date for the Santa Claus is stopping by?
December 10th.
Why don't you come tell us?
Come tell you, all of a sudden he's getting on. Ooh, he might get on camera. So
And
Austin's
Austin,
gonna
the
come.
one who's helping us in the back, is our comment that says, I definitely recommend Tiffany's cookies. So still getting recognition those cookies are.
There's no doubt about it. So he's making his way up here to talk about what it is we've got Santa. We've requisitioned him to come down from the North Pole for 2 hours.
Yes.
And he's going to be coming by, and we're going to do a drive-through Santa. I don't know if you can do drive-by Santas. You throw him out the window. I don't know. He bounces. I'm probably not going to get anything for Christmas.
Hey, Austin.
Did
guys,
he even
how are
grab
you?
the microphone? Does that microphone
I don't
work?
know. Does it work? That's why I'm not the sound guy. I'm the camera guy. So
Did you
I
turn
don't know if it
yourself
works.
on?
either.
I think I did.
Did you turn yourself on Facebook Live?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Why don't you just tell us what date?
Yeah,
the
Why don't you
event
yell into his face?
So,
There's
yeah,
a microphone there.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk close to Tyler so you guys can hear me. But the Santa drive-through dinner is December 10th. We're gonna just come through and drive through and start writing your letters for Santa now. I've heard that Santa's coming to Legacy, so it's an awesome thing. We're excited. We got some hot chocolate and coffee. We're gonna have some drinks. We're gonna have some cool activities for the kids. So December 10th, come on out.
I was
It's gonna be
talking.
sweet.
I was talking to a group today, and they
Yep.
said, "Why don't we do hot dogs too?" So we're going to have hot dogs. You guys didn't even know
Oh,
that yet.
man.
You know,
We're doing hot
Hey.
dogs?
I like hot dogs.
Hot dogs, popcorn.
Hey, you can't go wrong
We're
with
gonna
hot
have
dogs.
we're gonna have prizes for all the kids.
Yep.
You'll be able to get out of your vehicle if you want and stand close to Santa, and we'll do it in a safe way. Where mom, dad, you can take some pictures of your kids with Santa. It's going to be really, really cool.
Are we doing anything special with the hot dogs, like National Hot Dog Day?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
Well, apparently
Just-
nothing. I don't want
just-
to. I don't want to hype anybody
I just
up.
want to
Just
eat
to disappoint.
Yeah, they just said, hey, why don't we? You know, it's going to be dinner time. What 6,
So ketchup,
5 to
mustard,
5 to
relish.
7.
5 to 7? Is that
5
what
to
it is?
7,
yeah.
So yeah, we're going to have. We might as well eat if we're here.
Sure.
And so we're expecting a really cool time with that. Another thing we've got
Think you
going
can go,
on.
bud?
Thanks, man. You know, the audience, the people watching when you came up on the screen, man, it just went through the roof. It did. It was amazing.
Terry Howard said yes, cookies.
Cookies.
Which is just still a positive comment about cookies.
And if you've ever had Tiffany's cookies,
There's something. It's the reason it's the top.
you know,
comments.
Kathy Sturgill may be watching.
Yes.
You ever had her cookies?
Yes, we've
Oh,
had Kathy
yeah.
Sturgill
Yeah,
cookies.
yeah. We've had Kathy's.
We're
So-
big fans here in the office.
Yeah.
Big fans.
So, Kathy, if you're watching, God bless you. Cookies are good, and I hope you're feeling better. I know you recently had some surgery and things like that, and heard it went really well, and we've been praying for you. So, a couple other things that I wanted to just pop in. We're going to on the 20th of December. We're going to have an outdoor Christmas Carol night. We'll have candlelight, and again, we're going to have some hot chocolate and all those sort of things, and just to be able to, in a safe way, be able to gather together and have some time with the Christmas spirit. I think it's really going to be cool. We haven't done this in the past, just because before you're gathering on the inside. Well, with this crazy year, we still need to get together. This is Jesus' birth, and so this is going to be a way we can do that safely. We'll be outside and be able to do that with some
Do we get
candlelight.
candles as
Oh.
well as old timey like uniforms and bonnets and like suits and whatnot?
We'll get candles.
Okay, that's fine. I'll take what I can get.
You have to go get your own old timey.
I didn't know how.
You might be able to
I didn't
go
know how serious we were taking, candlelight carols and whatnot.
Yeah,
Not serious enough, I guess.
Yeah, I guess not. You can go to the back of my closet. There might be some old-timey stuff, at least from the 70s, that's still in there. A disco suit or something like that. Of course, Christmas Eve we're going to be doing, I think we're going to do one service this year just because of COVID. But we're also, on Christmas Eve, we'll do a service here at 4 p.m. But we're also going to have something at noon that'll be just a live broadcast type of a thing where, you can, and then I think that night I'm just going to come back and just for us just to be together through this whole time. I'm hoping that this year that we can really maybe this shakes up this season in a new way, that maybe we see what Christmas is really all about all over again. So the last thing I think is popping in my head.
Oh, you actually brought up more than I remembered. So,
That's pretty
anything
good.
else is just bonus.
All right. Is this Sunday. This Sunday, we're still going to be in the middle of our series of This Is My Story. And this week, we've got a really cool story coming from a friend of mine, Alan Walls. Alan is the chief of Coleraine. In fact, fire chief for Coleraine, just became the fire chief 6 weeks ago, something like that.
Wow.
Congratulations, Alan. And he's got a really, really cool story of how God has been restoring his life. He took some emotional hits, and it left him reeling. And over the last couple of years, through a series of encounters with God, his life, his marriage, things like that is being restored. And so you'll want to hear Alan's story. If you got some firefighter friends that you know, I would really encourage them Sunday morning to be watching at 10 a.m. And he'll be telling his story. And then, of course, in our Connect groups, we'll be talking more about how God restores us and how God wants to work in our lives in lots of ways. So it's going to be cool.
Awesome. Well, speaking of a firefighter chief, you probably need to head to the...
Yeah, I am working at the fire department tonight, going in
what
a
I
little bit
thought.
early, and so I'm going to be heading out there. If I'm late, boss, I'm sorry, man. I'll be there soon. That's about all I've got. So we want you to know that we love you, that we're praying for you. It's been a while since we've kind of taken time just to do a live thing here in the middle of the week, and we thought it's overdue.
Yeah.
And so if you've got prayer requests, message us those things. If something's going on in your life, you need somebody to talk to.
Well, that same number that you can text dinner to, you can just send text to us as well, whether it be prayer requests or just anything that you just need to get something off your chest, whatever that might be. If there's some way that we can help you, that number is 513-463-5550. You don't just have to text keywords. You can just text that number, and we'll do our best to respond as quick as we can.
Cool. So have a great day, and I guess we're out.
We're out.
We're out. Austin, are we leaving?